in a moment. Who's missing? Who do
No,
we need to
my plan was to
contact?
basically just have the character retire, focus on stabilizing tier, focus on getting the spy network going. I pretty much have all the pieces I need for that. That with all the different cryptography I want and everything else.
Hey, Chris, can I get my color change?
Time to go around playing Littlefinger in Game of Thrones.
So,
I
during
think. I don't
during the
actually watch
week,
all Game of Thrones, but I thought Littlefinger was like a spy master.
he is. Actually, he's not the spy
Well,
master, but he is a sort of spy master because he runs the brothels, so he hears a lot of information through his hookers.
right.
But it's the other guy, the eunuch. He's actually got a network of child spies that are like running around the city spying on people for him. His little
Huh.
birds.
Ferris?
Ferris,
Are you
yeah,
on Game of Thrones?
yeah.
Varys. Lord Varys.
Lord Varys. He was a cool character. Turned
He's
out
a
to be
eunuch,
one of the
man.
good ones. Well, sort of good. He did keep that wizard in a sort of torture dungeon under his floor.
Ice Airs?
No. Varys, the big fat eunuch guy in King's Landing.
Yeah, I meant the wizard he was keeping. Are you talking about like the weird necromancer doctor guy?
No, it was the wizard who stole his balls and used them for some
Oh,
ritual. He got his revenge years later and like kidnapped him and locked him under his floor.
fair
That
enough.
seems fair.
I mean,
Chris, can I get a color change?
big
You're gonna
eyeball.
steal my future children. I'm gonna steal your life, man.
I'm stuck in the gray. There we go. All right.
And you're promoted.
Speaking of the gray, so my plan is to basically the things that I've already been working on, the gray forged dagger and the sinkworm armor, those should finish during this downtime. They were already started before, but now they will finish. And
We have material. We have besides repairing your dagger thing, the gray dagger or dart. Do we have enough
right.
material? We still have enough material to make another gray forged item, right? You're gonna build something else with it?
I'm not sure. I given my stuff that I collected when we were in the gray. For the
Is that gray material? Is it considered a metal that would stop me from doing druidic magic, or new?
It is a metal, yeah.
Okay.
Well, then who else is interested in doing something with it? I mean, because after all, what we could do is I could just, hide it away, and when you guys have a
thought you
need for
were-
it, like,
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna make daggers with it at one point.
Well, he has his dart
That's
thing, and
an
if he
option.
fixes it, it returns to him after he throws it. So
but
unless you can have two of them and just throw them with your main hand and
no,
offhand.
the point is we don't know necessarily what we're going to need, or maybe that's something we could talk about now. Is what we're going to need to face Dragoth. And so I don't know, gray forged ballista darts or something like that. It's basically but something
what
with
does Greyforge even do again? It gives like exhaustion or something. I'm pretty sure sorcerer king level people have immunities to exhaustion, as we found out when we
Yeah,
fought the
you're probably
other
right.
one. So I don't think it would help that much. Against other people, might be more helpful. Like just exhaustion's good for enemies that have like large health pools that like you can smack them a bunch with it, and then they'll die from that instead of just actual like bleeding to death dying,
Right.
which would probably be like half giants or giants or something like that.
Yeah, someone who has love attacks. Okay, so
No word from J-Rod yet. You think he's sleeping?
Here, back.
Probably sleeping on us. Well, so after our last adventure, you all managed to defeat Tektut Title, the Lord of Dradge, a very powerful Sorcerer King, very high-level Sorcerer King who is about to transform himself into a more powerful dragon. You prevented him from casting his spell. You broke his concentration, you disrupted the spell, you stole his spell components and his spell books. So, he's not going to be happy. He might, in fact, be quite angry.
and what happened is we bloodied him, and he had a contingency to teleport away.
Yes.
What happened to all the prisoners and all the zombified people?
The prisoners escaped. They exited out through the tunnel, out into the forest.
Good. The forest didn't disappear after?
Nope, the forest is still there.
Is there still a tree of life in that area?
Yeah, that's the reason the forest is still there. There are several trees of life planted all around.
How hard is it to make items of anti-magic field? I feel like that's
Pretty hard,
the
yeah.
way we need to go to take on a Sorcerer King.
What is that,
What,
eighth
Ninja,
level?
what would happen if two anti-magic fields went in contact with each other?
Probably
Stop them
nothing.
from working.
Yeah, I don't think they work on each other.
It would just overlap.
Yeah.
They just go, yeah, you're cool.
Yep, they coexist. Overlapping anti-magics.
With my knowledge of beasts, is there a beast that emits an anti-magic field that I might know about? Kind of like in Star Wars, the Ysalamiri that kind of suppress force powers.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
There are spells like Globe of Invulnerability that a Psionicist can... Or maybe just a wizard. I'm not sure if Psionicists have that. But anyway, that one pretty much cancels out all sorts of stuff. All the low-level spells just cease to work.
So, alright. How much can you buy with a singular gold piece?
A lot. A gold piece is the highest coin. So at the lowest order you have the lead bead, and then you have the ceramic piece, which is... or you have the ceramic bit, which is 1/10 of a ceramic piece. And then you have the ceramic piece unbroken, and then 100 of those is a gold piece. 10 of them is a silver.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Is there like any charities around here?
Oh, for sure. There are a number of places where you can spend your money here and here. I've actually been working on the shops quite a bit. So, I don't know, I was kind of hoping we could go through this, like, sort of one by one as you're traveling through the city. Where do you park when you get here? Are you just going to enter through the front gate? Are you going to park on top of the pyramid?
I kind of want to park on the pyramid.
Alright. So, you come in with your airship Creus, you're the pilot of the airship. Could I get a piloting roll to land the airship on the pyramid?
Yeah.
You've got your crew. They're all manning the sails, pulling in the sails and tightening down the ropes, battening the hatches. Your lookouts keeping an eye on where you are position-wise as you float over the city, float over the slave pits. All right, you successfully navigate to the top of the pyramid, where you bring the ship to a halt. Some mooring lines are thrown out, and it's hooked to the top of the platform that's built up there to take your airship. Allows you to disembark and head down the stairs into one of two locations. Do you wish to go into the arena, or do you wish to go down into the merchant district? East or west? Two staircases stand before you.
We're looking to spend our coins, right?
To the west, you can hear the sounds of people. You're aware that in the arena, when there's not a gladiatorial event going on, there's a vast open market that takes place inside the arena. And it sounds like one of those is happening today.
We're gonna go and take a look at what's going on there.
Okay. You travel west down the staircase. 1,000 steps later, you step into the gladiatorial stadium.
Hey, can I ask my cultists for the latest news in here?
Tyr has been peaceful lately. There hasn't been war, or strife, or giant monster attack. Things have been going fairly well. However, in peacetime, there is some bickering between noble houses over economic matters. A certain amount of one-upmanship and competition is going on. Okay, so you enter the arena. I'm going to direct you to my shopping page, which I'll link in the Discord. And if I scroll down to the second section, I think, the second section is the Arena Market. All right, so when you enter the Arena Market, there are a number of shops down here. You've got Glover, he sells fist weapons. You've got the Beast Tamer. You've met her before, she handles all the animals in Tyr. You've got the Broken Spoke, a wheelwright. He seems to have several remarkable war chariots on display that he's trying to sell to the Templars. The Templars seem skeptical, because the prices are kind of high, but they would be beneficial in wartime. Further down the aisle, there's a merchant cart, where Terran, the friendly merchant, is selling his general goods. Then there's a massive hunchback giant, and he's sharpening blades for various people. There's a line of gladiators getting their weapons sharpened. There's an old elven rope maker sitting on a section off to the side. There's another half-giant who's walking around distributing broy to all of the various thirsty people here that need a drink. The prices are very low. There's a tattoo parlor. Several people getting their tattoos done right now. There's a shave shop called the Razor's Edge, where people are getting haircuts. There's a bakery. You can smell the smells of sweet breads being baked. There's a glass shop. There's a barbecue place. There's a potter. There's a shoe shop. And a weaver. A wide variety of shops here. Do you wish to go into any of them?
I want to go into the bakery.
All right, you enter the bakery.
And I know that seems like the most useless choice of all, but I'm really curious.
You go inside and you hear screaming as you enter the door. There's an old halfling couple bickering fiercely at each other in halfling. You don't speak halfling, I imagine, so you don't know what they're saying, and it goes back and forth fiercely.
Calm emotions.
Okay. They calm down a little bit, and they notice that you've entered the shop. They turn to you and they ask in common if you've come to buy bread.
Well, that's what I thought I was doing, but what's you two's problem?
They each list a litany of complaints about the other. All of their complaints seem rather pointless and minor, but they seem to have been married for a very long time, and the complaints have added up.
Hold on, let me get an expert really quick. Taurus,
What's up?
how do you solve marital problems?
Yes, dear.
Okay, let me ask the other guy. Hey, hang on. Wait, sorry. Skywill, the name
Orin,
is... sorry.
in all my travels, across all the sands, the tablelands, and everything that I've heard, I don't think anyone has the answer to that question. But I'll tell you what. Perhaps Junitha and I will let you know.
Alright, so I talked to the greatest sage and wisest wise man, and they didn't seem to have any advice.
Well, Law and Shaw will tell you not to worry about it. This is just their typical day around here. They'll go on to tell you that they moved here from the other side of the Ringing Mountains. They came down here on a long journey, fleeing from the Thrycreen during the Cyanatrix crisis.
How are they doing?
Are the Ringing Mountains to the west of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, you got pick Pokemon balls here for sale?
I think that's the Ringing Mountains, right? Let me look at a map.
Oh, it's a bakery.
Whatever that mountain chain to the northwest is.
Are they experiencing economic difficulty?
No. Everybody need bread. Sell much bread.
Alright, what bread do you have?
This bread. And they show you their loaves of bread. They all look pretty much the same. You can see their ingredients laying around. They have sacks of grain, they have pots of water, and they have cank globules, which they're using to honey their bread as they make it. It's unleavened bread, sort of a flat bread, but it looks to be fresh and of good quality.
I'm gonna buy some bread for the party.
All right, that'll be 2 bits.
Okay. Support local business.
All right.
Are you telling that to the halflings yelling at each other?
They are local business.
I know, that's why I'm doing it. Okay, everyone in the party has honey buns now.
Honey buns. You buy one for each person.
Yes.
All right. That'll be
Well, thank you.
1.2 ceramic pieces.
Didn't one of you have a pet of some sort? It wasn't me. I know I have a pet. I just don't know who right now.
It's a big loaf of bread. You could eat it all day. It would be your meal for the day. You wouldn't need anything else. But it's pretty plain.
This bread needs some meat. Let us go to the barbecue pits.
Okay. You head over to the split pit. You find Saria, a cook who oversees the operation. Meats are being cooked over an Inix dung bonfire. Generous.
Fire.
Yeah, they use the dung of the giant lizard because it's just like a big, dry, easily burned material, and it's cheaper than wood, easy to get, so they just burn it. It's a pretty good fuel source.
Does their bread taste
But
like...
the problem that I'm having is this is a famous barbecue spot, and they're using shit to power the.
Yep.
We can do better.
Well, they don't put the dung
I mean,
on the
it-
meat. The meat is cooked above the burning
you're right,
bonfire.
but it's still, like, we
Doesn't-
get hickory
Yeah,
chips for a reason.
Doesn't this entire place smell like crap?
It kind of does smell bad. A combination of burnt meat and burning poop.
Okay.
It smells like tourists on a good day.
You're in a big open market, though. The smell is going up and out.
Okay, where's Taurus?
I'm here.
No, sorry. Where's the owner of the shop?
The description says special herbal wood. His poop is special herbal wood.
I don't know. The dung creates the bulk of the fire, but then they also put in this herbal wood to give it sort of a special smoky flavor instead of poop flavor.
So where's the owner? I would like to speak to them.
Saria, the cook.
I'm gonna buy
Ramon,
10
I
pounds
feel like
of that
this
if
place
I
could use
give
your
her
talents
5.
immensely. Is there something you can do to help an ever-burning flame that does not use Inix dung as their source? I mean, if we're going to turn Tyr into a bustling
Fire temple clerk place.
well, that was not my main focus, but I'm just talking about.
I like who this is going.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
Historically,
okay,
poop has
let's
been used to
talk
create
about-
fire a lot.
No. I don't doubt you. I know that this is a thing. I just don't like it. because
Right.
of magic.
The words choke in my throat, but
Are you saying you don't want to eat at the
have
split pit?
Tyr be an economic powerhouse without all those merchant houses.
Keep in mind,
Okay.
you're eating street food. This isn't
My
like a
friend,
fancy
uh,
restaurant.
It is exactly, yeah. This is cool street food. It's good, but we want to help. I want to make it better.
My
I
friend,
give them-
I think all this gold has gone up to your head.
I
Where
mean,
it come from?
you're welcome to invest in Saria's business here. You can upgrade Saria's business with a hefty investment of gold.
Didn't we buy a store shop to sell all the Cloud Ray at some point?
I think so.
I thought we have a feast. We gave it all away for free.
That's true. There was a lot of it though, like tons.
We had to keep finding ways to use it up.
Yep.
Well, but we had to give most of it away for free because it wasn't going to last. So,
Yeah.
like, the whole city had some cloud ray on a feast we held.
That was a nice day. But yeah. Chris.
And then we
you're-
sold the other half for the markup.
Chris, would you like to patronize this business with the power of the eternal flame?
What, you have a powerful fiend to sacrifice to the Lord of Flames?
Wow, you're a fire player. Can't you just make a fire that lasts forever?
No, last time we did that for the temple, he needed to sacrifice something really extravagant. So
Yeah,
he
we,
can't just do
we
that
burned-
at will on command.
We burned the amount of dead enemies that we killed from her.
A mountain of corpses.
I'm gonna ask the cook a question.
I will just pay them double their rate. I will buy 10 pounds of meat for a whole ceramic piece instead of 5 ceramic bits.
Okay. Yeah, he sells fresh meat. It's perishable. You'll probably have to eat it within a few days. He also sells.
Yes, it will go with the bread.
He sells slightly more expensive smoked meats that you can put in your pack and save for on the road. But if you just want some fresh stuff, he hands it over. 10 pieces of delicious. Do you want the Zatal or the Kip, or a mix of the two?
A pound of 5 pounds of each.
There you
We'll
go.
mix and match.
There you go. He hands you several big chunks of meat.
How much would it cost him to just buy wood and not use crap?
Wood's pretty expensive compared to Inix dung. But he'll buy wood instead of Inix dung if you want to invest some money into his business.
How much of an investment are we talking here?
Whatever you invest, he'll use on wood.
I will return to this question later.
All right. You hear the hawkers from various pavilions, tables, tents, saying they have goods for sale. Clay pots, shoes, textiles, you name it. The hawkers are selling a variety of goods all around.
By the way, who has our airship like inventory thing? Should we get a bunch of dried meat? Do we need rations?
Yeah, we gotta replenish the ship.
How is the ship powered again?
Magic.
Yeah.
Fire magic.
Actually, it is an eternal flame,
It's Eternal Flame Hot Air Balloon.
but it's very expensive. So yeah.
So, what about that blade? No, the rope shop.
One second. I'm getting the link for the airship. I'll drop it in the Discord. There you go. That's the airship inventory.
How many pounds go into a barrel?
Didn't I store Caraxes on this thing?
Yeah. In the hall. There's a few, if I remember.
It's not in the. It's not on here. That's unfortunate.
I think like 80 pounds goes in a barrel.
Okay.
Did we bring back tar? But that's the other mission before.
You've got chad nuts. You've got water.
One thing that
eggs, hardwood.
The one thing that we forgot, or we haven't had a time, we had to leave, is we forgot to bring back those giant desks and table and furniture.
Yeah. It's not in the inventory. No tar. I think you would arrange some sort of business deal with them. What was it? It wasn't to get tar directly. It was like to.
It's open a business route.
Yeah, it was like
And
a trade route 2-tier that you wanted.
Yeah, and we gave them those those silk runners, like the ones that we took from the pirates.
I
Yeah.
think we were trying
The
to
one we
make them
stole?
Stop using slaves.
All right, so they were going to use that to do runs up the coastline and then
Yeah.
across land to Tier. So I guess one of the shops here will have tar in it. I'll have to add it later.
No, it's like a material.
It would just be in the trade goods section, the caravan way.
Does the split pit have a barrel full amount of dried meat?
They do not. But you could go and get a barrel elsewhere in the city. It wouldn't take long.
Okay. Then I'll just buy. I'll just buy 2 pounds and stick it in my bag. I'll give them ceramic bits.
All right. And Tara, you said you were going into which shop?
Rope shop.
Rope shop. The knotted rope?
Yes.
All right. You find an old elven thief. He's only got one leg. And he's happy to tell anybody that he lost it during the Great Revolution. He'll tell you how brave he was fighting the forces of Calic during those revolutionary days. And that's why he's a cripple now. He seems to be searching for pity, maybe even a handout. He flashes a bright smile at you.
I'm just freaking still forgetting I'm gonna read his mind. I don't trust him.
Okay. His surface thoughts are, all right, gonna make some money this time.
Time to dig in deeper. Why does he want that money for?
You're gonna make him roll a save.
Because he's homeless.
All right. You dig into his brain, and you can tell that he's been a thief for many years, and he's constantly thinking of how to steal money from people.
Is he actually missing a leg, or is he like one of those people that are just like kneeling down and like hiding it behind a cloak?
He feels you digging in his brain, and he gets pretty upset at you, and he starts screaming at you to get the fuck out of my shop.
I'll flick him a silver piece.
It's a shop. I thought he's begging. What the fuck?
No, he's trying to get you to feel bad for him, so you give him more money, or you feel like you have to buy stuff from him.
Oh.
I give him a silver coin so he stops yelling at me.
So he's not really a thief. He's more just like a scam artist,
No,
sort
he's a
of.
thief too.
Yeah, you could call him a scam artist. Like he was a thief until he lost his leg, and now he has to get money through scams and cons and maybe some pickpocketing here and there.
All right.
Well, that does
I-
sound like
I-
a guy that I need in my employ.
Oh,
Actually.
you
No,
want a legless guy scamming stuff?
Legless elven thief con artist.
Well, he has one leg, right? Or did he lose both his legs?
He has one leg, yes.
Let me do the final
Well-
important check. Is he a bastard?
Oh, for sure. You could tell right away.
Is he worth using regenerate on?
Does regenerate cost money?
No,
That's
it's just a
material costs.
very high level spell. It's a level 7 spell. It does not cost materials.
I would advise you to use regenerate on him.
That would be a crazy miracle.
Uh,
Not just anybody can cast a regenerate spell.
Who is he?
He's Remar One Leg, an old elven rope maker.
And why do you want me to spend the incredible powers of the Lord of Flames on this poor bandit?
Because maybe, just maybe, the sheer miracle will cause him to convert.
He said maybe. They're
Regenerate.
gonna
I
be
will-
the one
I
to
will
save
question him if I were to magically give him back his leg, would he do good with his
And
new
after
ability
run-
to walk and run again?
Ah, you bet I'd do good. I'd do so good.
He's
You're
being
his wonder. Wow.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
He's getting a great stand again.
Insight
Listen.
is now 11.
Look, no, you don't need to question him any further.
Today
no.
it's gonna
Wait.
be the day that they're gonna throw it back
Listen.
to you.
It's 25.
You can tell that he would go right back to his thieving ways if he wasn't a cripple.
Yeah, but listen,
Right.
am I then?
By now, you should have somehow
Joe,
realized.
please, Joe. We're trying to.
Well,
Yeah, Joe, I would sing with you, but I want this scene though. Orin is cool with the elves, more cool than the average Joe, person. Joe.
And he's an elf
But
too.
anyway,
Hey, Joe, are you standing there? Did you come with everybody else?
Yeah, sure.
Ah, you there! What luxurious locks! Would you care for a haircut, my friend?
No.
Ah, what if I gave you a ceramic piece?
Don't touch me.
wait, he's gonna pay Taurus to cut Taurus's hair?
So, looking around his little shop,
Glorious.
looking around his little shop, you can see that all of the ropes that he's made are braided from giant's hair. They are giant's hair ropes.
Oh,
what does that do?
It's stronger than cotton, so it's got a 4,000-pound limit.
I'm sure you've never seen the air of a fire giant.
okay.
Yeah, he's never
Trying to pimp out
seen
your fire giant.
he's never seen a fire giant.
Oh, well, is the fire giant near us or?
Back at the fire temple, maybe.
No, the one that we that was on the ship that we brought back.
He
I have
would
an idea.
terrify everybody. Giants are very
Yeah.
feared, so he's gonna have to hang out either on the airship or in the temple.
I'm gonna have to bring him to the temple.
I have an idea.
I'd say currently he's on the airship.
We hire this guy, take him off the direct streets, and we pay him to work for us
Well-
as the fire giant barber rope maker.
No, that's what I've been trying to say, but I should have just not talked over people. Okay,
Alright.
so it's okay.
believe you.
It's okay. So listen, dear sir, if you get tired of working on in the rope business, or the other business that you seem to be involved in, it sounds like I could use a man of your talents.
Hmm.
And I will touch his mind with my telepathy and have him come meet me at the farm if he is interested in helping out Tyr. Well, no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because Tyr may have treated elves badly, but
No.
uh,
No.
And if he
I
betrays
can use a man of
you,
your talent from the farm.
if he betrays you, then we can just burn him alive.
Burn the
Well,
witches! Burn the witches!
I've worked with
If he's
elves for a
helpful to you,
while.
I'll grow his legs back.
And I'm hoping that all in my history, I've learned ways of working respectfully with them in ways that they appreciate. So, my understanding is what you told me, Ninja, about elves is that they have a sort of a tribalistic way, but they appreciate family, and they appreciate kind of more. Well, not that they appreciate being direct, but just not being screwed over, I guess. They appreciate negotiation, but I don't know. That's
Yeah,
that's
you
about the
could-
limit of
you
my
could put it
understanding
that
of
way.
elves in Dark Sun.
They're
This man
hard
is a-
bargainers.
This man is an elf, and he's a brigand on top of that.
He is, but
My father was an elf, and he was a deadbeat asshole.
How's that thing go? My name is Inigo Montoya.
I
You
will
killed
let
my
you,
father. Prepare
I
to
will
die.
let you learn the hard way what it is to deal with the elves. And I'll leave that shot.
listen, I've been dealing with elves for a while, and I'm not saying this out loud, by the way, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel some kind of kinship here. For some reason, our paths collided here, and I feel inclined to offer him an opportunity.
All right. He might take you up on it. Grimorn, when you
Great,
step out of
great.
the shop, you see a rotund half-giant, more round than he is tall. And he's shouting, "Stop here when you're spitting sand! Do you want some broy?
Some what?
Broy!
That's the bread we just bought.
Broy,
honey
broy
bread.
is made from fermented cank nectar.
I must leave this place.
It's powerful stuff. It'll give you buzz."
Nah. This won't do anything for me. Most of the time, alcohol doesn't do anything to me.
You no like the spice broy or berry broy? He has several flavors.
I'm a man of the Lord of Flame. All the alcohol burns as soon as I drink it.
Okay. He shrugs and
Oh,
wanders
nice.
off.
But tell me, where is this wagon shop I heard of?
Yeah, he points you to the Broken Spoke.
I'm gonna head in that direction.
All right, you approach.
I had some really good.
You approach an area where there are three
Honestly,
chariots.
I'm going to join you. Hey, I'll be back. I'll talk to you guys later, guys.
Okay.
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 Have fun over there. No, he's in the park. There's like a music festival. So.
Yeah. All right. You approach the wheelwright. Theo Carver Habik stands here, a grizzled, old, weather-beaten human in his late 50s. He's bringing in some barding for a cank and moving some things around. He sees you approach with interest, and he's going to come up to you and say, "Ah, the heroes of Tyr, I have heard of you. Perhaps you are the people that I'm looking for. I very much would like to propose that the Tyrian army buy some of my chariots. Look at my craftsmanship. You can see my my fine 2 Kankterian war chariot of fire. Fit for 3 men, you could load it with alchemist fire. They could throw them from the back. These blades on the wheels, killing men as they pass. Truly a formidable weapon of the warfare and the battle.
I remember when I had my war chariot. Didn't last very long.
For your big friend there, we've got this 4 Kank model. They can support half giant.
Oh, what about a giant?
You'd need something bigger, Mechalots maybe, for a real giant. But they're ornery and they eat people, so I wouldn't recommend it.
What do you mean, real giant?
As opposed to a half giant.
Fire giants.
He also has 6 Kank Tyrian war chariots that can hold a number of men and possibly siege weapons.
I will buy all of those.
Oh, you want to buy all of his display models?
Yeah.
All right. 15 gold for the 2 Kank Tyrian war chariot. 25 for the 4 Kank Tyrian war chariot. 35 gold for the 6 Kank Tyrian war chariot. The Kanks are sold separately at the beast shop. You can buy armor for the Kanks if you like.
Yeah, we'll deck them all up.
All right. So what's that? 12 Kanks, 12 times plus 2 armor. 12 times 350. Pretty expensive, but you're rolling in dough.
Yeah, and that's gonna be for the elite, and we'll have fire clerics on that fire chariot.
Okay, he's got a broad smile on his face, and he's rubbing his hands together. He seems relieved for some reason.
He's what?
Relieved!
Seems like you have a lot of pressure off your shoulder.
Well, I love to gamble, and I have some debts. I really need to make some money.
Oh yeah.
What level of debt are we talking about?
I don't want to go into it.
Please go into it.
I just said I don't want to go into it. The Fortune Oasis. I can't pry myself away from the place.
We spend so much money on your shop. You're not gonna want to share a little bit? Maybe we can help.
All right. Well, I owe 450 gold to the Fortune Oasis.
Oh my.
Ow.
It's a lot of money, right? He seems a little bit ashamed.
A poor peasant like you getting yourself in such trouble. I'm surprised you're still alive.
I am a businessman, and a successful one. But I do love to gamble. What can I say?
What skills does this guy have?
He builds chariots. High-quality war machines.
My friend
What do
too.
you have use for chariots?
Well, the army does. If a war happens.
My friend Taurus here is looking to build his own little army. Is there any place here that sells weapons and mass and armors as well?
You'd have to go to the tradesman's district, I believe.
Yeah.
Blacksmiths.
Yeah, you'll find things like blacksmiths and forges in the tradesman's district.
We do have the blacksmiths in the fire temple that can make some weapons too.
What do you like? A permanent blacksmith.
But they're permanent blacksmiths.
Talking about for my
No.
Let's see, your 12 kanks are 5 gold apiece. It's another 60 gold there.
Are these beast shop Pokeballs?
Ah, did you notice that?
Like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Morg
They
goes
check every single day.
Morg goes to the beast tamer and meets with Catid, but Catid doesn't like people very much.
Will you make an exception for druids?
She'd be happier if you turned into an animal.
I turn into an animal.
All right, her reaction towards you
one of your
improves
favorites?
dramatically.
I'm looking to have some animal friends, and I see you have some of these capturing beast orb things. Would it help with the more unruly animals that don't like persuasion through talking with them?
She nods. She'll tell you, you look capable, and you seem to know a lot about animals, so I'll let you know that I've been trying to capture several specific creatures from the Tablelands. I need a Gadge, I need a Cylops. From the northwest, I need an Athasian jungle sloth, and I need an elusive id fiend. I'd be willing to pay for these creatures. Typically, you'd
Building
use
a menagerie.
well, we use them in the arena games. We kill them. That's just why I always need new ones.
Mhm.
Now,
Well, I would definitely be interested in doing that.
Now, typically, you would use mundane traps and a caged wagon to transport the beast, but you, being a renowned hero of Tyr, might be more interested in this, and she will show you her capture ball. She only has one of each. She has the master capture ball, and she has the regular capture ball, and these are her personal magic items. And she says...
Hmm.
Oh, so this is actual Pokemon.
And she says, "These are precious to me, but I might not need them. If you wanted to buy them off me, I might sell one. As long as you're going to use them to complete my quest."
I will definitely do that. How much would you be willing to pay for the beast?
Oh, she'll give you
I might ask if I
six
get
gold for a Gadge. She'll give you 3 gold for a Cylops. She'll give you 3 gold for a Jungle Sloth, and she'll give you 5 gold for an Id Fiend. If you can bring more than one, that's cool. The balls only hold 1 creature apiece, though.
Wait, is she gonna be breeding these then? Like Gadge?
I don't think you can. They do not do well in captivity, being a evil, intelligent creature.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Because Gadge and Tene I could use.
She also
Well, I
tells you
will-
she knows
and-
Theo, and Theo's offered a 10% discount on wagons to hold captured creatures, if you want.
Is that the things we just bought, or are those separate things? For those chariots and not wagons?
Grimorn bought chariots. A chariot is a thing that you stand in with the mounts in front
Right,
of it
and
pulling
the
it.
back's open.
Now-
yeah, it's for
now-
weapons.
Now, imagine a wagon as sort of like a rectangular cart, but it's got like a cage built onto it with a door on the back. So you would have the animals pulling this cart with a cage on top with the beast inside.
Okay. Do we also do we happen to have a cage in our airship for any reason? Like if we had captured prisoners for like sacrificing and stuff, do we have a cage in there?
No.
We should get one installed. Curious. Mark. But I will invest in that. Yeah, I'll take the better of the two. If you still want to capture monster yourself, then I guess you can keep the other one.
Actually, correction, it's not
for the
Theo.
field?
Theo only makes chariots. The wagoner is in the tradesman district, I think.
Okay.
Different shop.
So it's 250 gold for the ball, the orb.
Yeah, if you want the master ball, it's 250 gold.
Okay. I will take it, and I will help you capture the beast you're looking for. I'm always interested in helping out the gladiator pits.
All right.
I used to be in there, and I would like to help them out.
Catted smiles broadly and pets you. Because you're still in beast form.
Yeah.
Did we ever talk
I-
about the picture yet?
I nuzzle into their hand, and
Alright.
I appreciate the item.
You can see here in her shop, she sells a variety of animals and some of the materials that come from them, feathers and furs. Whoa, slaves. She's not selling slaves. Let me delete that one.
So it's the start of Pal World all over again.
forgot to take off that sign. Now why is that still there?
Ah, yeah. It's been up there. I just forgot to take it down. She says.
Is I asked one question before I walk off with the orb. Is there a way to like manually release the animal or monster without the check being made?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want to release it rather than the monster makes a check to release. Okay,
You can open it anytime.
good to know.
But you can never leave.
This might even be a good thing to use as a distraction weapon if we're trying to leave to set off a wild animal monster somewhere.
It's like a grenade weapon too, so it can open when you throw it. So if you have a creature in the ball, you can throw the ball at a spot, and then the creature will pop out.
Right.
Oh.
Are the checks that are for the rolls, are they just flat d20s?
The escape check. No, escape checks use either athletics or acrobatics, and it's each creature gets to choose which one it uses.
Okay, so the contended check that I would make would also be strength or athletics or the dexterity one?
Yeah. And it would be like, the ball begins to violently shake, and you have to quickly react to grab it, and either use strength to hold it shut, or dexterity to just react quickly to make sure it's sealed.
Sounds like there should be.
I think we should hire the strongest of our gladiator to use these wagons.
That's an idea. They did participate in the war.
Yeah.
Well, there's something we need shipped. And last time we talked about this, Desverendi would be the best way to get the psionic crystal. Right? Because we need not obsidian, but psionic crystal to try to shore up Tyr against Boris and anyone else who might come for us. Right?
Wait, what? What do we need for Boris?
Well, if we're going to have any hope at all from that happening, a big investment needs to go that way, towards the psionic crystal, because obsidian would actually help defilers.
Well, they use obsidian as a spell component, and they consume it once it's been charged with necrotic energy from sucking out souls.
I'd be interested in looking for more of the items that you have, Orin, the things that protect you from defiling.
Yeah, that's a
Maybe
good
we could
point.
look for more of those things, because mine
It's a
mine
simple
needs
pearl
to be
earring.
repaired, and it only worked a couple, like 1 or 2 times.
Or no, wait, it was a monocle. That's right. It was a little like a monocle. I don't know why.
Cause you're fancy.
Yeah.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
Yeah, I'm fancy. But
Well done, pedicure.
I obviously this little trinket doesn't seem to. It's not about the lens or anything like that. It's just a thing that needs to be in your possession. So, if we could make that work on the military scale, that's what we need to look into.
Well, if you already have one item, you could have a craftsman duplicate it. You just have to
Right.
invest the time
But
and
in
money.
this case, what we need to do is try to work on efficiencies of scale. So
I like
instead of trying to get one of these for everybody who lives in Tyr, making some kind of obelisk of
Like
psionic
Giant
crystal that
force
could.
field thing.
Yes,
I
that's
like,
exactly
I like
it.
money.
You want to make some sort of protective artifacts that use defensive magics that you can place up around here.
That's exactly it. Yes.
I'm wondering if
I like money.
what if that psionic jar thing that was there before, the thing that caused the psionic disturbance, would we be able to somehow modify it or engineer something like that, but to mess with defiling?
So we're remaking the Psionatrix?
Sort of, yeah, but like I said, but instead of like messing with people's psionics, to mess with sorcery that stops them from defiling.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think
I'm
that
not sure if
exists.
that would mess with all the sorcerers, but well, oh, I'm getting all hold on.
The trouble is, like, the Psionatrix was an artifact level thing made by super high level, epic level people in another age.
Right, the Blue Age.
Can't be replicated in the modern day.
So they say. Pish posh.
Well, the sort of thing that would help. What is it called? A life ward, death ward thing. I don't know if that's exactly what it would be, but that's something that you guys could help bring about by working on every day that you're here in Tyr, and then perhaps some of your Templars, not Templars, but what do you call them? Altar boy. Who's
Wow.
what do you call them?
Now we're altar boys.
Oh, maybe you are. I don't know.
Priests of Fire.
Priests. That's the word. Thank you very much.
Mhm. What about them?
Well, once we get these built, these monuments, obelisks, whatever, all around Tyr, it's each to do the enchanting and process. They're applying those magics every day, right? That's kind of how we do magic item creation at this point, right? In 5th edition. So, and it just has to happen. The longer it happens, over weeks it's like this, months it's like this, years it's like this. To make it into artifact level, it just takes lifetimes of doing that, right? Or
Or
maybe
just
it's really
exceedingly
see.
powerful magic and lots of people doing it.
yeah.
I assume. I'm not sure. Is this clerical spells that we're talking about, or if not, it's gonna be a wizard that'll have to do it.
It's protection. It's protection. I don't know if it's
Oh.
your domain or not.
You're talking about like a it's a
To
spell.
keep the souls of the citizens of Tyr inside their bodies. That's if Boris or
I wonder if a
Hamanu or anybody
protection.
comes.
I wonder if a protection from evil will work against that.
It is funny. My wife's making fun of Boris the dragon.
Mhm.
She's like, and Natasha comes too. She says,
If it's not a protection from evil, that would be a warding.
I think
Right.
what you would want to protect the city from Dragoth is not psionic crystal, but actually consecrated land. So
Yeah.
what you would
warding
want
on it.
what you would want is a 10th level wizard who can cast permanency, and then you would want clerics who would go around and consecrate areas with the 2nd level evocation ritual consecrate. And they would consecrate ground, and they'd have to build like a little altar or shrine every 40 feet along the entire circumference of the city of Tyr. And if they did that, and they consecrated all of those places, and they permanency'd all of those consecrated lands, then it would make it so it would be a huge disadvantage to undead attacking Tyr.
that's something worth looking into.
It would give
Although
them
I thought Dragoth was going after Nibene and not us.
it would give them -2 to hit and damage and saving rolls, and they cannot be summoned or created in that area.
Yeah, I thought he was going for them, not us.
And they would have disadvantage to resist turn undead. So a whole lot of effects from
Would not
consecrate.
even do that?
Do what?
Cast permanency? Or he's not a source or a wizard.
He's not a wizard now. Sadira could cast it.
A sorcerkin or maybe Corvinard could.
Very few wizards are high enough level to cast permanency. Sadira could do it.
Actually, I'm gonna see Sadira. I'm gonna head I'm gonna leave the streets here, and I'm gonna head towards the chambers,
All right.
like the palace.
You're going to go to her bedchambers, sir?
If you go to Astocles Manor, you'll find that Sadira has gone out to the bar.
Ninja, how
Nice.
much would it cost to repair my Earring of Life? The original item costs 1,475 ceramic pieces.
Yeah, I'd like to find her. I'm gonna search for her in the city.
Repairing a magic item.
Like half or a quarter of the cost or something.
Yeah, at least half. You have all the pieces of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you spend half, that should be enough.
Okay.
It would take time, but we've got potential for downtime here.
Well, it's not like I can do anything with it's broken anyway, so it doesn't matter if I keep it with me.
Yep.
Would it help if we got all the obsidian we could out of Tyr? Like if we just expelled all the obsidian out?
Nah.
Okay.
Some
Don't
kind of
have obsidian in the city.
Obsidian is
Like
used
after we
for
got rid
everything.
of, yeah,
So-
a lot of people just use obsidian for like blades and stuff. But
Yeah, like knives
even
and
then,
all
like,
of
don't the rituals usually when they have obsidian, don't they use like specific, like they make it into orbs or something specific? Or
Yeah,
it
it's
can
gotta-
just be any.
It's got to be a very large obsidian sphere. The bigger, the better.
And one thing that we've done, we did talk to the people up north. Where's it on the map? Where I bought all the obsidian, where we went previously,
Travas?
yeah. And we did explain them that selling all the obsidian to the Sorcerer Kings, and like they are, is actually we explained them the reason why they're buying it, and they were reconsidering selling. For that purpose.
So you were told by the servants at Astocles Manor that if you are seeking Sadira, you'll find her at the Drunken Giant.
I'm gonna head towards the Drunken Giant.
Okay. You travel to the Shadow Square. So let me go back to the map for a second here. Shadow Square. I think it's this one right here. 21, 24, 25, 27, 26, 22, and 23, like just to the north of the pyramid here. This
Okay.
little section here. Alright, so that's where you head.
Yep.
And when you get there, you're going to find that there's a whole bunch of buildings all in a plaza. You see the Red Kank Wine Shop, the Happy Dwarf Ale House. You see the Rat's Nest. You see the Weeping Widow. You see the Midnight Sands, and you see the Drunken Giant. All right.
I'll head towards the Drunken Giant.
You head to the Drunken Giant. Also, last but not least, the Fortune Oasis, where the wheelwright lost all of his money. That's right next to this place. All right, you enter the Drunken Giant. Inside, you find the eponymous Drunken Giant himself. He just goes by the Giant. He's a barrel-chested half-giant with a bright red nose and a sweaty brow. He has a big friendly grin, and he invites you in. You'll see Sadira sitting at the bar, enjoying a drink. A strong Javo nectar. She seems slightly inebriated.
Hello, Sadira.
Ah, Grimorn, you have returned. How did your recent
Yeah.
adventures go?
Oh, we just annoyed another Sorcerer King. But we stopped his incantation.
All right, do you tell her all about Tectut Title?
Yeah, I explained her what he was trying to do.
This is big. This is important news. We had no idea that Titley of Dradge was operating so far outside of his territory. That's
Well,
not.
he had a quite a special way to obfuscate himself, and he has fooled a lot of people.
Mm.
That's probably why. It was all these rumors of people disappearing. They were hypnotized.
There was tremendous loss of life at the forest. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people died from the spell before it was stopped.
Well, I have maybe some information that you might want. We have collected some items, but there are still some magical trees in that forest. They would be a problem if they got in the wrong hands, as you can imagine.
She's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions, digging deeper and deeper into the details of the location and the people you interacted with. She's going to ask about the ruins and the details of the murals.
I'll give her some details here.
So the ruin contained these murals that depicted the Avengian transformation and the creation of forests. So this is all very interesting to Sidira, and it will be interesting to Korganard as well. So they're going to have to meet up and discuss all of this.
Well,
It's
I was
possible,
looking-
she's going to tell you, it's possible that Korganard will want to investigate this personally, since this seems to tie into the origin of the Avengians.
I never looked at it that way. I'll let my friends know, and I'll send a message to Ringside about it through telepathy.
And she'll also be very interested in looking at these spell books that belong to Tektet Title.
Well, those have been spread between the group. We'll have to have a meeting for that. But I'm here for one reason in particular. You've helped me a lot in the past with enchanting magical items and getting resources. But I have a special request. Maybe you can help me with.
Yeah?
My friend Morg. He's a very powerful druid. And I take my bag of holding and I open it and I pull my rod. I pulled
Phrasing.
You flashed the
my
deer.
long branch. No, I pulled the long branches of eternal life wood that I collected in the forest.
Tell me more.
Show her the material.
She treats each piece of wood with reverence. It's basically a holy item to any preserver.
Who would be the best person to create a magical staff for a druid, do you imagine, in this world? The best.
Probably a druid craftsman. I don't know too many druids myself. They tend to be fairly reclusive. And finding one who's skilled in woodcraft is reducing your odds even further.
Anyone you might know that might have a little bit of knowledge on this?
She shakes her head. Unfortunately, I do not know anybody I could refer you to that could help you with this. I know plenty of regular craftsmen that might take an attempt at it, but not a proper druid that can turn it into a druidic item.
Okay. And what about
Wouldn't that be out west with the Thycreen? Or the Pack the Think Maker? Wasn't he a no wait, he was not, he was a scientist.
I was thinking maybe no, like druids, not necessarily, because they have shamans, the halflings, I think. So they might not be the best for that.
There are a lot of halfling druids. Their main classes are druid and ranger and fighter.
Yeah, they're just a pain in the ass to deal with, though.
Yeah, I still have a pit in my stomach about what Pack did to Korganard.
Yeah, maybe I can has the blade. Maybe there's some old stories of ancient druids. Maybe the blade can help with that. Okay. I have another special one. You are a cleric of the sun.
Yeah.
Mm.
Praise the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
The
yeah.
sun!
You know that I've saved
Black hole sun!
a sun drake baby.
None of these F slurs. Praise the sun.
I was wondering, what would it take to be protected against radiant damage? Do you have that power?
Let's see. Radiant protection. Yeah, she could probably craft an item that would give you some resistance against radiance.
Oh,
Yeah.
won't you come?
And what would that be? How much would it cost to have that added to one of my pieces of equipment?
She could find time to help you out. You're a important ally of the Veiled Alliance, so she would just provide a little bit of spell power per day. It would just take time.
Okay. Can I add that to my shield?
Let's see. It costs 50% extra for each extra enchantment you put onto something. It's already an enchanted shield, right?
Yeah. Okay. Everything is enchanted, so it's gonna cost a lot of money. Actually, what can I? My gloves? My gloves are not enchanted, but they're part of my armor, no?
Yeah. So it would still be the same plus 50% markup.
That's fine. Actually, I'll put that on my gloves.
Checking the stats. 1 second.
Black hole sun!
Alright. So it'll cost you 1,500 ceramic pieces to add that enchantment. That gives you radiant resistance.
Is it possible to get immunity?
No.
Oh, you said 1,500?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pay it.
A minor enchantment. Fairly common. So,
Might be useful later on.
while you're here in the Drunken Giant, Sadira will introduce you to her friend, the Giant. He's a lovable old half-giant. We've had many adventures together. She's going to show you a secret door. She'll tell you a secret entrance to the Undercity exists somewhere in the belly of the giant. This is a rumor that is spread to people that are potential new members of the Veiled Alliance. Anyway, it leads you here to the Drunken Giant, and from here, this secret entrance leads through the secret door and down this passage into the Undercity below Tyr.
That is an undercity of Tyr.
There is an Undercity to Tyr, and for many years, we worked in secret, the Veiled Alliance, from safe houses in the Undercity. And while they're no longer used since the death of Kalik, it's still good to know that we have these safe places tucked away throughout the city like this one. So keep that in mind in case you ever need a place to hide out.
That's great information.
And the giant, he's real friendly, and he's grilling a burger for you, and he'll present you an Inix burger. A grilled slab of ground lizard meat, peppered and salted, spiced with garlic and hot pepper sauce, served in between 2 buttered bread loaf halves.
I'll definitively have some. I'm kind of sick of eating Drake.
That sounds actually pretty good.
He's got all the ingredients here.
I've been on a Drake diet for the last couple months.
So Sadira is going to tell you that she and the giant have a deal. She asks the giant to brew this very delicious nectar, this Javo nectar. Now, you might not know this, but Javo fruit is actually illegal. It's been banned in almost every city-state in the Tableland. Because the Javo fruit itself has the most disgusting smell. It's a cross between excrement and onions, and you can smell it from up to half a mile away when it's ripe.
Yeah.
But I have been making these fine little candles, and she'll point to a candle of purification sitting in the corner. And she says, so long as that's burning, you can't smell any of it. Listen, or not listen, but, smell the air. It smells fresh and pure.
Yeah. I can't even smell them. That's
But trust me, if that candle wasn't burning, you'd be running for the hills.
What does this liquid taste like? Isn't there any does that give any kind of how does it make you feel when you drink it?
It's basically pineapple vodka.
Oh, okay. It's like a pina colada almost, like
Yeah.
vodka instead of rum, I guess.
So Sadira comes here to have this delicious illegal Javo nectar.
I'll have some, and I'll have a bite of that burger, lizard burger.
All right. The drunken giant, he smiles broadly, watching people eat his delicious burgers. He only knows how to cook one thing, but he does it really well.
I like this joint. Is that why you? Is that? Oh, I guess you and this giant is your friend, huh?
Well, in the old days, before the fall of Calic, we had this arrangement where he would watch over our safe house entrance and only allow in people that we know we could trust, that passed all of our tests.
Well, if you want to meet someone special, and I'll send her a telepathic image of the fire giant I have, but of the two fire giants. It's like, if you're interested in meeting them, one comes from a different realm.
A traveler from another plane of existence. Fascinating.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Have we ever told you the story of the mirror?
Yeah, she'll ask many questions. You spend some time there eating your burger and discussing the events of your recent adventures.
Yeah, well, if you're interested in meeting and having a conversation, you can always come to the fire tower. You're more than welcome.
I'll point out in his item list, the hot pepper sauce is actually an improvised weapon that causes the blindness condition.
Dark Sun version of pepper spray.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
It's a bottle of hot sauce you throw in people's faces.
I guess hot sauce could pretty much do the same thing, Like
Yep.
some of it.
Just getting a little bit on your finger and then touching your eyeball and you'll be blind in real life.
I don't know if that does anything to my character, though.
What, you're immune to blindness?
No, but no, not spicy food, I guess.
Yeah, it's not that kind of heat. you,
Yeah.
you might be immune to fire, but you're not immune to the chemical capsaicin.
I'll pull out the sword, the magical sword, and I'll have a conversation with him, and I'll ask what he might know of some old tales of a druid that might have lived forever, that might still be alive, and if he ever encountered anyone like that or heard of any stories from the past.
Well, Sadira has heard of the powerful druid lord that lives in the pit. Is that who you're referring to?
Yeah, maybe. But would the sword know anything about that?
The sword is ancient, and the druid is not. So the sword doesn't know much now.
No. I know is that druid in the pit. Do you think that druid might be able to help me with my request?
Anybody who goes into the pit dies. I wouldn't recommend it.
This is going to be an impossible mission.
Morg has been there, out of character. She doesn't know that.
Do I know that?
You would know that, I think. When
Yeah, I
you
was
split up to
trying
do
to-
various side missions, that was his.
Okay, well, we must prepare. I must go. We just came back from the city, and there's some preparation already that we have to make.
What Sadira can't tell you is that the druids have a hierarchy, that there's only one high druid, and if another druid wanted to become the high druid, they would have to basically battle him for his territory and his title.
Yeah.
But his title is the world.
His-
Or his territory is the world.
Well, no, his territory is the pit, a specific biome,
Oh,
comprised mostly of cliffs with a large lake at the bottom.
I thought more going to be the druid of like the entire place.
Well, he's the druid of the Tyr region, so the fields surrounding Tyr.
Hmm.
It also comes to the Sweet Belt.
And that also means there's no other druids in Tyr. He is it. He's the one.
What?
Yeah. It's not like
You can't have
it's not like druid
druids?
it's not like druids are numerous. There's always like one per location and they're very territorial.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, but take
But
you
I
for
wanna
a
mention this. As far as what Sadira said about the Undercity, so one thing that I was thinking of, if we could not do this this whole life ward business, is just to try and hide the people in some kind of extra dimensional space. I guess that wouldn't be much of an option, but
Sadira will tell you that it's lethal to go into most pocket dimensions. They don't contain atmosphere.
okay. So if the Sorcerer Kings came for cheer, could we hide people in the Undercity, or that would just delay the inevitable?
The areas that she showed to Grimorn are only big enough to house dozens of wizards, not really like thousands of citizens.
Right. Well, we could at least try to work on the upper part of Tyr. You know, where all the houses of government are. I'm guessing Astocles Manor is up there as well. Maybe, I don't know.
In the Noble
Is that-
District.
Oh, okay. Well, we could basically start from the west and work our way east in Tyr, with the with those obelisks of protection.
Now, I was looking through the book on the city of Tyr, and I think for all this time I've actually been doing things a little bit wrong, because like the area where I've had Sadira all this time has been the Templar District, and the Noble District is actually this one north of Caravan Way on the eastern side of town.
Oh, okay.
So that actually means that Sadira and the Astocles Manor would generally be over here somewhere in this noble quarter. For future reference.
Well, speaking of nobles, I think it's time we had a meeting with them as well. Because the last meeting left a sour taste in my throat. And I think a lot of us, actually. So we need to hold a banquet and invite the big three and figure out how we're going to move forward in a way that leaves us not at each other's throats.
Well, once a week they do have a meeting in the Golden Tower, so you can attend that meeting and ask whatever questions you have.
Okay.
But they just had that meeting a couple days ago, so you're going to have to wait 5 days until it happens again.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Or you could invite them individually, like you suggested, to a dinner party. That's an option, but they might turn you down. You don't know.
Well, but to the point from before, none of them really stand out as someone that, besides the one that sort of threatened me and my family.
I mean, we're already backing the House of Astocles with Sadir in it, so
Right, but they don't have much of a standing army.
I wanted
Oh,
to do
okay, fair
something,
enough.
Actually.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
They
What?
create one.
I would like to do something.
What do you do?
Go for it.
The leader of that academy place. I wanted to talk to them.
Are you going to the Psionic Academy?
Yes.
Okay. Lady Chessia of the Psionic Academy is sitting in her office looking like a proper school mom.
What is she? What is the rate of tuition here?
5 gold per day.
Wait, you mean ceramic?
No, gold. Only the nobles are allowed to train at Chessia Academy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's serious.
Ninja, how much gold does the average like noble have?
A lot.
How are they? I feel like if you attended this school for like for a week, even the nobles would go bankrupt. Can I see one of these classes?
Well, Lady Chessia is one of the most powerful psionists in town, and her training is very exclusive. And the nobles here, they can afford it.
Can I see it?
The wealth of Tyr is quite impressive. You have to consider that the iron mines of Tyr are the only iron mines in the world, so our exports are quite lucrative. Also, the academy is supported by the local taxes applied to the merchant houses as well, so a portion of their money supports the nobles that come from those merchant houses. So it's not like they're just doing it all out of pocket, but it comes from sort of a tax base that's already coming out of the economy.
Okay, I would like to try something.
Yeah.
So that teleport case that I have that goes to the Order's tower,
Yes.
what does it cost to use that?
Nothing. It's free.
Okay. Does anyone at the Order like teach science?
Yeah, you've got friends there that could definitely help you out. Epic level scions that could teach you, if you wish. They do it as a favor, because you helped with the Psionatrix event.
What are the principles of the Order, really quick? Sorry, this is taking a while. I have a plan here. What are the principles of the Order?
The Order of Scions is a radical, centrist, neutral group that believes that the extremes of law and chaos are both wrong. And that anybody using extreme good or evil should probably be prevented from doing so by whatever means necessary. Which is why the leader of their organization used the Psionatrix to cripple all of the scions in the world.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there and to the tower, to where they're at, and see if there's anyone who would be willing to just train children with psychic potential.
Yeah, the Order is always looking for new recruits that show the talent, the potential. It's a difficult life studying the way, and it takes a lifetime, so it's not something to enter lightly into. We will discourage people of lesser talent, but if we feel that they could go all the way to epic levels, then we will train them.
Alright, I have the plan formulated now. Plan goes... Wait, where's the teleport pad I need to get there?
Sadira's got it in the Veiled Alliance headquarters, so you just have to head over to Caravan Way and up into the Noble District to Ascles Manor.
Okay. I'm gonna ask one or two of them to just, like, stay here and teach the basically teach gifted street children.
So there is a man who already does that. Old Arosto. He's
Oh
the
wait, there wasn't there?
he's
I
the
forgot.
other Scion Master in town, but he exclusively works in the Warrens with the poorest people. Lady Chessia exclusively works with the richest Richie Riches, and Orosto, he's a man of the people, the poor people.
Okay, change of plan then. What does he work with? I mean, in terms of materials.
Yeah, whatever. Wood, psionic crystal.
Would having money help him?
Oh, of course. But he's got a vow of poverty, so if you give him money, he's going to give it away immediately.
What do you mean? Hang on, I need to get someone.
Like to more charity.
Yeah.
Ninja, the heartwood bark says it's a rare, valuable material used for druidic potions and elixirs. What kind of elixirs and potions?
Hmm.
Like, is it just something that's sort of like the beast head blood potion that just adds to DC or to hit kind of thing? Spells?
Generally, the way Heartwood works is it's a potent anti-magical poison. So once you're affected by Heartwood sap, it makes all of your psionic powers just like ineffective. All of your magic powers ineffective. You basically can't do anything. It's
Why would I want that as a druid? I'm confused.
I mean, it's mostly a weapon you'd use against sorcerer kings.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how it force feed a sorcerer a potion, but
Yeah, well, that's why it was used as a spear against Kalik.
How is this?
Okay.
Sorry. wait.
If you can get him to drink it by tricking him, that might work. He'd just be poisoned from the inside, and then you could hit him with whatever you want, and he wouldn't be able to use his magic to defend himself.
How does this vow of poverty work?
Okay. Arosto the Old doesn't have any possessions other than what's, like, on his body. So he wears simple clothing, a number of psionic tattoos, a few trinkets, his walking staff. He just travels from place to place, helping people as is needed. He'll sit down and meditate for a period of time right wherever he is, and then he'll get back up and continue his work. He doesn't have a home. He just wanders the streets like a hobo, helping whoever is in need. And if he has any money, he'll give it out to the needy, to children, to the hungry, to the sick, and pretty soon he won't have any money left, and he's happy about that.
What if I gave him like 500 gold pieces? How can I spend that?
It would be difficult, but he would eventually spend it all. It would dramatically improve the lives of the poor people of the Warrens.
How much? How much? Are there any items that like basic items that help with doing psionics? Like how a wand helps the wizard do the magic?
Yeah.
What would those
usually
items be?
psionic stones, right?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I think, yeah, there's like a psionic thing that floats around your head that probably does it.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Take, where is he? Where am I finding this dude?
In the Warrens, the poor part of town.
Okay. I'm gonna give him something. I'm going to give him 500 gold pieces with a stipulation on how he uses it. Half of it he needs to spend on helping the psionic children, and the other half just generally improving the lives of people who need it. But he must also, when he does so, say thank the winged elephants for this, for however he wants to phrase it.
Let's see. Lady Chesia has a couple items that she has for sale. Let's see.
Jessia has what?
Lady Chesia has items for sale.
Oh, I want to see that actually.
It's on the tier free year 4 tab, which is the one before the tab that I was showing off earlier. And it's on like line 206. That's the School of Thought. And
How long did it take you to get all this?
a long time. I put a lot of work into this. So, Lady Chesia's shop, she's got the Scion's Mind Shielding Headband, which might be something that Oren is interested in. She's got the Adamantine Ring of Psionics. It functions as a Dorge. I think that's the item, the Dorge.
What's a Dorge do?
Dorge. Dorge is a weird item. Alright, so it says here, a Dorge is a slender crystal that contains a power. So it's like a wand. And you can have one of those wands crafted as a +1, +2, or +3 wand that assists your spell casting. But in addition to that, it can be made with charges of a spell. So typically you'd have like a psionic spell in it that you can cast repeatedly. You'd use it sort of like a wizard staff that, you know, some of the wizard staffs have spells you can cast out of them. So the Dorge is that for a scion.
How much is a Dorge?
They're pretty expensive. It depends on the power level of the spell in it. And also the, the plus that it's got. Magic +1, +2, +3.
Alright, well, the base Dorge.
You could get a basic Dorge with a first level power for 750 ceramic pieces.
7 gold then.
7.5 gold.
I would like to buy 30 of those.
30 first level Dorges. Alright.
Wait, do these get expended once they're used?
Yes. The spell that's put into them is expendable, but the boost to your spell casting is a permanent feature of the item, and the charges can be recharged by recasting the spell into it a number of times. So typically you'd put a spell that you know into your Dorge, and then you can recharge it with your spell slots on days that you're not adventuring.
Alright, slight change to the plan then. Give the guy Boris
Oh, Rosto.
a roaster. Give him 30 wands to give his most promising students and 250 gold to spend where he thinks it should be spent, so long as he makes sure the winged elephant gets credit.
Okay, I made a note that you gave him 250 GP to give to the needy, and 30 first level +1 Dorges that cost 750 GP.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of expensive. What's that going to cost? Let's see here. 30 times 750. That's going to be 225 GP, and then the 250.
I thought they were 750. Oh, wait. They're 750 ceramic pieces, yes?
Yeah. I'm doing conversion because it's in GP on another website. So 30 times 750 is 22,500. And to convert it to gold, we knock off the 2 zeros. So it's just 225 gold plus the 250 gold. So you gave away a total of 475 GP. So that's what? Almost a tenth of the gold that you earned on this quest. You've already spent it. You're like the #1 spender so far.
Oh, right, other thing. There was one other thing I thought through, which is tell my I should check. Is it miracle if you're letting my followers use the underground, whatever it was they were hiding in?
At the Drunken Giant, it's not being used for anything. I suppose so.
Alright, I'm gonna tell them they can hide out there if necessary.
They're gonna ask you, hide from what?
In the event that something goes down.
This is peacetime. Tyr is a peaceful, free city. Nobody's under
Yes.
attack.
There's an angry devil king off in the desert who might be trying to kill us, and I need you guys to have a bail point to wait in.
Yeah. Alright. They will hide out in these tunnels in the event of an attack on the city.
And I will stop doing things. Someone else can take the wheel now.
Bam. Note. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the other tab. Hey, Grimoire, do you want to go in any of these other buildings?
I don't know. I think Joe can go. Joe hasn't spoken yet.
Joe?
I'm looking at a few things right now.
Alright.
What up?
Were you traveling with Grimoire when he went to the Shadow Square Plaza?
I'm not sure.
I went out
just
to
went here.
see Satyra.
I actually just had some questions about like what we're gonna do.
Sure.
Um,
What do you want to do?
because, well, the question was to kind of towards the group. I talked to Skywell a little bit. I talked to Grimorn, and I didn't ask Long or Sia or Taro. But how do you guys feel? I guess this kind of goes into Ninja about the war between Ibane and Dragoth. Just kind of letting that just go on. No major escalation happens, and we just kind of do our own thing for a year or so, or a year or two, and then the war kind of, I guess, might ramp up, and we decide to go into the Dragoth story.
So, if we pass time, I was planning on doing some rolls. So there's going to be several battles that take place over time at set intervals. And I'll just do like a quick combat roll to see how that combat turned out, and then that'll affect the overall sort of strategy,
The story,
war planning, whatever you want to call it.
Dragoth.
Yeah, the war
Hmm.
story.
Hmm.
So we'll get some
'Cause-
data about who's winning, is Dragoth winning, is Nibene winning, how does it affect the region, that sort of thing.
I kind of like that.
And so that stuff will happen in the background as time passes. Also, you have Balak. Balak has its armies out on the move, and at any time they could also move to attack a region. So I could roll some battles there as well.
Is Balak the one with the giant animals?
Yeah, the Drix. The enormous
Drix.
Drix. Drick war machines.
Hmm. And there's no chance of talking the Drix or the Balak armies into going against Dragoth?
Yeah, maybe. You'd have to do some diplomacy. You'd have to go to Balak and talk to their leader.
Isn't that the Andropenis?
There was a
Yes, it is.
yeah, wasn't there like a Sorcerer King sending a bunch of like Centurions or something attacking us?
Yeah.
Andropenis, that's the guy.
Oh, let's kick him in the dick.
Fucking nice.
You want to go fight him? Fight him in his own kingdom?
Maybe if we help Nibene fight off Dragoth, maybe he'll help us with Andropenis. Maybe. Just a thought.
That's what I was
Well,
talking about. Is I wanna help him by building an army, but yeah, we got two armies to deal with.
Oh, what happened to
Yeah.
the table?
I changed maps.
I'm building during that time like my own force. I guess with the Temple of Fire. I want my champions and clerics, and then there's also the giant battleship, flying battleship that I want to build with all the different clerics of all elements.
All right. I wanted to get out the big trade route map to talk about sort of global strategy here. So you've got Tyr. Tyr's over here. And this is the area that they control. Everything from here to Alteruk, probably. Everything from here to Silver Springs. This is all the land of the free city of Tyr. Down here, you've got Balak, way down at the bottom here. They control this region to the south. They probably have a lot of influence on Ledopolis, where the dwarves live. They're at war with giants over here. You guys are currently not too friendly with Gulg, although trade is happening between Tyr and Gulg. There's not open warfare because they're currently at battle with Nibene. So Nibene is getting pincered right now. They're going to have some disadvantages because if Dragoth attacks from the east, Gulg could attack from the west, and Nibene would just be in the pinch here in the middle. Plus they're dealing with the Gith hordes coming out of the Black Spine Mountains. So then it's becoming like a war on three fronts, and Lord Nibene doesn't know if his city will survive the combined efforts of three kingdoms trying to destroy him here. So he's really in need of allies at this point in the big scheme of things. Way off to the east, you've got Dragoth over in the ruins of Yustanel in the Underdark. Far to the north, you've got Tektat Title nursing his wounds back in Draj, plotting revenge against Tyr for what they've done. Rom is still in civil war over here. It would actually be beneficial to Draj if he focused on Rom, because he could actually take Rom if he attacked from here. So there might be battles between Draj and the nobles of Rom. And then over here...
I think the easiest to help at the beginning Nibene would be to resolve the issue with the Git raiders.
True, and that's an actual quest. So if you guys wanted to progress on to the next book quest, that would be going to the Black Spine Mountains to help with the Git.
That would be one less force and one quest done.
So you can get a level up by defeating any Sorcerer King, or potentially by completing the Black Spine Mountain quest.
Honestly, I feel like the best way to fight the Sorcerer King right now feels like to just